Hello everybody, FlashRabbit here, and we're going to talk about the F3 debug screen. Now you get to the F3 debug screen by pressing F3 on your keyboard, and when you do, this is what comes up. And if you don't know what you're looking at, it can be a little bit confusing and off-putting, but it's actually really useful information. Now if you look up at the top left hand corner there, you can see the Minecraft version that you're playing in. In this case I'm playing in 1.17.1 and I'm using the Fabric loader. Underneath that we've got FPS, which is frames per second. In my case I'm getting a measly 49 to 50 frames per second at the moment. Now the T next to it shows the maximum frame rate. If it's unlimited it'll show INF. If you've got it set to fast, it'll display fast. Fancy, it'll display fancy. Fabulous, it'll display fabulous. Pretty straightforward really. And it also includes cloud settings. It'll show fast clouds if set to fast, fancy clouds if set to fancy, and none if the clouds are off. And it also tells you if you have VSync turned on or not. And E, the number of rendered entities over total entities. XYZ is your position in the world. The X is the player's location in blocks east of 00, negative values are to the west, Y is where the player's feet are in terms of altitude, 63 in the overworld is sea level, and 11 in the overworld is lava flood level, 32 is nether lava sea. The Z shows the player's location in the blocks south of 00, and the negative values are to the north. Block shows the coordinates of the block the player's feet are in an XYZ format, similar to the XYZ as we've just talked about, and it's rounded down to the nearest whole number. Chunk is the player's location within a chunk and the location of the chunk within the world. In reduced mode, only the location within the chunk is displayed. Facing shows you the way that you're facing, which direction you're facing. Towards XZ indicates the player's alignment towards that axis, and the two numbers at the end indicate the player's horizontal and vertical altitudinal rotation. Client light shows the light values on the client side, where A is the sky light level and B is the block light level. Now the first number is the light level where the player's feet are. The second number is the amount of light from the sky at the block the player's feet are in. Biome does what it says on the tin, it shows the player which biome they're in. Now if you look underneath local difficulty you'll see SC, and that shows the total amount of mob spawning chunks. Usually it's 289. The first M shows the total amount of monsters that count towards the mob cap. C shows the total amount of passive mobs that spawn on the surface. A shows the total amount of ambient mobs such as bats. U shows the total amount of underground water creatures, axolotls, glow squids and the like. The first W shows the total amount of water creatures, squids and dolphins. And the second W shows the total amount of water ambient mobs, all 4 types of fish. The second M shows the total amount of miscellaneous entities. In sounds, the first pair of numbers represent normals like breaking or placing blocks, moving or burning fire. The second pair represents streamed sounds such as music, music from music discs and loop ambient sounds. The mood value in the parenthesis indicates how close the player is to the next mood ambient sound being played. Debug tells the player whether the debug type or the FPS and TPS graphs are visible or not. If you do have any questions, pop them in the comments below and I'll answer them as quickly as I can. Thanks very much for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, see you soon, bye bye.